One of the most unique sculptures you'll ever see, the Fist of Joe Louis at Hart Plaza. We're coming to you from Detroit, Michigan. Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. And here's a look at some numbers for Beal.
And he's not been as efficient this month as he had been earlier. Take a look at his true shooting percentage, and it'll show that he's gone a little bit frosty. Maybe tonight he can get that touch back.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, "I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter." Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. What great athleticism with both these teams. I mean, every move is so graceful, so skilled. I mean, majestic.
It is, Kevin. There's an explosiveness. There's this speed that is absolutely incredible to watch. Every possession up and down the floor could have the potential highlight reel.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. Wagner out there with Hachimura. And it's Bryant in at the center position. And for the Pistons, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then it's John Henson. And it's Galloway in at the 2-guard position. Now here's Henson. Back to Rose. It's stolen by Wall. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way.
Yeah, it matters not. Half court or in transition, Bradley Beal always a threat.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. It's a 3-point game. There's the pass to Henson. Out left to the wing. Here's Galloway. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Let's go. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Beal's got 5 points so far.
Well, this is what you love about Bradley Beal. He doesn't have to dominate the basketball. Just get him a shot in the flow of the offense.
Rose kicks to Snell. Griffin draws the double. From deep three-point range. Rebound, Washington. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this, Greg. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
Here's Rose after the basket by Washington. They need this. Bryant with the rebound. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first. Wizards have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Shot from 12. Offensive rebound. Wagner. Bryant. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's Griffin and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
Wizards have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Here's Wall. Passes to Wagner. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. And as we're reaching the end of the calendar year, here's a great chance to delve into the updated power rankings. Take a look at the Kings. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And I think for Detroit, they're finally starting to click. It has been a rough road up until this point, but plenty of games left to make a run at the postseason.
Snell, no good.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
Wall passes to Beal. 5 on the clock. The shot, no good. And Detroit the other way now. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Boy, don't you love how Derrick Rose resurrected his career last season. What a surprise and a bright spot for the T-Wolves. He looked like a completely rejuvenated player.
Free throw drops for Rose. And for Rose, he looked refreshed and changed in how he approached his game.
You know what, Kevin? I think he is just a much more patient and smart basketball player. His three ball was so improved, and the shot selection was terrific. Turnovers were down, just improvement across the board.
And Rose drops them both.
Well, for Washington, D.C. basketball, they have one title to their name, the champs back in '78.
What a run that was for that team, led by the great Wes Unseld. But boy, in the 40 years since that title, my goodness, fans of this franchise have waited so patiently for that return to greatness. When will it come?
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
Rose against Wall. Pass to Beal. 14 feet away, and he hits the jump shot. Beal's got his third basket of the night. Pistons trail by 5. Outside Rose. He kicks it to Galloway. Pass to Snell. Henson against Bryant. Outside Rose. This one for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
That's an agile finish right there. Wall finding the angle despite the tough defense.
Rose, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
A nice shot by Wall.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
The Pistons have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Here's Rose. The offensive rebound, and John Henson with the slam.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Wall looking for an opening, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed.
And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
That free throw, no good.
Well, he is now in the defining years of his career. John Wall is a masterful competitor who is capable of dominating.
And the second free throw, good. Well, around this time of year, lots of national broadcasted games, Doris. Does that impact the players, you think, in any way?
I certainly think the guys are aware of the nights they're on national television. Some guys relish, Kev, as you know, the opportunity to play on the big stage. So for the regular season, those nights where you know the entire country is watching, that's a big deal.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
Rose kicks to Galloway from the baseline. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside, Beal. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
All right, a chance to see some stats for Bryant. He's been dominant over the last month. He's averaging 10 points a game, 14 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. All around brilliance for him lately. And guys, he's really taken his play to another level.
Don't you get the sense, Greg, that the confidence is building game by game, and he's starting to put up the numbers that back it up?
Yeah, how about the strength and focus there of Griffin? Absorbs the hit and still finishes.
And Washington has possession. They're leading by 8. Wall passes to Beal. Count that bucket. Beal's got 11.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Rose goes in. Henson trying to break free. It's good on the putback.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Wall passes to Beal. Stolen by Rose. Wall with a block.
Twice on the pipes. The anticipation, the athleticism. Terrific job by Wall rejecting that attempt.
A different look here for Detroit. Christian Woods checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Luke Kennard in for Derrick Rose. Davis Bertans checks in for Washington. Wood kicks to Griffin. Back to Wood. Clock at 6 to the left wing. Here's Galloway. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, this is just carryover from the excellent three-point marksmanship he showed at St. Joseph's. Galloway showing he can stretch it out to NBA range.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Wizards. It's a 5-point game. Now, here's Bertans. Not a lot of room. Back to Wall. The steal. Now it's Griffin running. Here he goes, sailing in. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
Washington leading now by 3. Outside, Wall. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And glad to see John Wall back out there after fighting back from his Achilles injury he suffered in early 2019.
And obviously, Kevin, an Achilles injury is very worrisome for any athlete, but particularly one like John Wall, whose speed is a major part of his game. But boy, he looks good out there, and you hope he avoids any more injuries the rest of his career.
He misses the free throw for the Pistons. Akers checked in for John Henson. Dumboya comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Bruce Brown in for Langston Galloway. Pistons trail by 4. Brown feeling it out a bit. Kicks to Dumboya. And there's the pass to Wood. Now here's Maker. Over Mahinmi. Maker misses.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Here's Wall. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. 8 points for John Wall.
Well, that's just great assertiveness from John Wall. So comfortable operating inside.
Wall against Brown. Pass to Wood. Brown outside. Another 3 for Detroit. And here's Wall. 14 points from him the last game against the Knicks in New York. And Wall slams it home.
Now there's your dunk contest champion back in 2014. Wall puts a little extra on that one.
Pass to Wood. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Kennard. over Napier. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
Banked in off the glass.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Wall against Brown. Kennard, the pass to Wood. Rebound by Mahinmi. It's tipped. Wizards leading by 5. Over to the wing. The three from Bertans. Rebounded by Maker. Detroit's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Kennard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
And the first one drops. The 2018 rookie class has been something to watch, Doris. Talent at the top, but also some terrific mid-round picks.
You know, no question, Landry Shamet is a guy who I think can be a clutch, big-time scorer who does not seem bowed by any moment, doesn't seem to be affected by pressure. Mitchell Robinson had one of the great shot-blocking seasons in New York Knicks history. I know the team didn't have success, but as a second-round guy, Mitchell Robinson could have an awfully long career.
And taken away by Brown. Maker with the ball. Mahinmi on him.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Napier passes to Bertans. Napier with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. 2 on the clock. He can't hit that time. And it's Detroit the other way, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
What was most disturbing to me, Greg, was they didn't have a backup plan, right? The threes aren't falling. What do you do next?
We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter. Bonga, the pass to Smith. From deep. Offensive rebound. And Maker sends it back. And he's able to get it back. They get it back. Smith outside. Goes up again. Rebounded by Maker.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Smith. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The pass to Bertans. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
The Pistons leading. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Out to the right wing. Here's Doumbouya. Offline with his three. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it. The fast break chance. He kicks to Napier. Fires the three. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Blake Griffin getting it done for Detroit. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get right back to the action when we return. One of the most dangerous scorers in the game, Bradley Beal spoke about the trust Coach Scott Brooks has in him and his teammates.
I think the biggest thing is he's still young, so, you know, he tries to think he's still hip. He keeps up with us a little bit, but he grants us a lot of freedom. He allows us freedom on both ends of the floor to be leaders.
Ellen Beal trying to grow as a leader and a star. Has to love that.
Yeah, and Brooks known for developing good relationships with his players. He pushes them, but he gives them a lot of praise as well.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Guys, what do you think so far from what we've seen from the Pistons?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Detroit, Kennard is out there with Brown. Then there's Doumbouya. Then there's Maker. And it's Wood in at the 4 slot. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Casey has found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Now, here's Napier. Smith outside, right wing, puts one up from 19. It's hauled in by Wood.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
Here's Napier. Drains the three-pointer. Napier's got his second basket of the night.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Brown against Smith. Brown, the pass to Kennard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Thon Maker. Tony Snell comes in for Doumbouya. And it's Rose in for Bruce Brown. Both good from the line that time. Here's Napier. He has 5. Outside, Beal. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Soft floating jumper from Beal right there, adding to his offensive attack. Seemed to totally catch the defense by surprise.
Beal with the steal. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. And he finishes the break with a lay-in. And it's a 4-point Washington lead.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Rose passes to Griffin. Back to Rose. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Here's Smith following the score by Derrick Rose. Here's Beal, and it's Griffin with the rebound.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Griffin. He's putting up about 21 points per, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
Now, here's Napier. He's got 5. Here's Snell. Rebound by the Wizards.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Outside Bryant. Passes it to Wagner. No good that time. Nice D from Griffin. Over to the wing. Here's Snell. He's covered by Beal. It's taken away by Smith. And here we go. Washington fast break. That's good from Beal on the assist by Smith. Beal's got 17 now.
Bradley Beal just takes it right into the defender's chest. Beautifully done.
Up top, Griffin. Elbow shot is on the way. They get the rebound. Here's Wood. Tries yet again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good. So for the Pistons, John Henson comes in for Luke Kennard. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Derrick Rose. The Wizards also changing it up. Hachimura comes in for Smith. And it's John Wall in for Napier. And so he makes both from the line.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
And the call will be against Langston Galloway. That is his first foul of the game. Bryant passes to Wagner. Outside for Beal. The Wizards working the ball around now. The shot by Bryant, no good. The Pistons have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Right side, Griffin. Back to Galloway. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Of course, you and I were just talking about this as more and more players are going public with their trade requests. Do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on. Good on the second free throw.
You know, it's amazing. Galloway completely unheralded before catching on with the Knicks. This is the guy who was the first ever call-up from their D-League affiliate, and he's showing he belongs. There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
To the inside. And it's sent back by Bryant. And the foul on John Henson. That is his first foul of the game. Wizards leading by 3. Pass to Bryant. There's the dish to Wall. Pass to Wagner. Puts up a 3. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 4 assists in the game.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Yeah, great look there. Credit Galloway with the vision to spot the open man.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Wizards. They've led by as much as 10. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. Yes, that goes in.
Always helps to get these kinds of looks, right? Super easy to convert from that distance.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. It's been quite a game for Bradley Beal.
Boy, much needed timeout. This guy scoring at will, and they've had no answer.
And let's quickly go to our rookie leaderboard to find out which rookies have blocked the most shots this season. Well, you look at Hachimura, one of the top intimidators in the league, a fierce shot blocker.
And that ability to send shots away at the rim, so highly valued, it takes guts to put yourself in harm's way and contest those finishers.
Here's Galloway. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Kicks it to Griffin. Here's Wood. Over Wagner. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Wood.
You know, it seemed to me they were shying away from a foul there. The D still has to be a little bit more physical than that. He's got to feel you.
And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That is his first foul of the game. Beal, the pass to Wagner.
Just has lost the feel in terms of scoring here in the second quarter.
And the 3 off target. Outside Griffin. Jacks up a 3. Rebound Washington. Bryant's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Beal gets a wide open look. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 6 assists now in the game.
We know this. Bradley Beal is an elite scorer who will take advantage of every opportunity.
Here's Galloway. Out to the right wing. Snell dishes to Galloway. Now the pass to Henson. He kicks to Snell. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Beal. Off the left rim and out. Picked his pocket. Passes it to Snell. Back to Henson. And it's sent back by Bryant. Knocked loose. And here's Wall outside. Rebounded by the Pistons. Wood's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the right side. Griffin kicks to Galloway. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Galloway has got 7.
You know, such a great example of Galloway not needing a lot of time to get off that catch and shoot.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Brownie's checked in for Tony Snell. And a change for the Wizards. Bertanis, he's checked in for Wagner. It's blocked. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Here's Hachimura, defended by Griffin. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots a fader. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got 4 rebounds in this game. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. Makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
Beal can't get it to go. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Beal. He's putting up about 21 points per, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
That one drops. He ties it up. And the Pistons making a change here. Doomboy is checked in. And the Wizards making a change here. Second free throw, no good.
Boy, the missed free throw there keeping this game at even. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
For Washington, they have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
I'll tell you, the big man from France, Jan Mahimi, had to fight through a number of injuries to get to this point, but he's the kind of battler every team is looking for.
Thon Maker is checked in for Detroit. Here's Galloway, covered by Wall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on John Wall.
Well, Scott Brooks now in his 4th year as coach of the Wizards, and it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him so far in his tenure in the D.C. area. And think about it, guys, under the gun now because the GM who hired him was now let go.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And Doris for Brooks, he'll be doing what he can to get this team back in the playoff hunt.
And I think, Kevin, the area they must address is the defensive end of the floor. Listen, they have thrived offensively under Scotty Brooks. But this team, if you're going to get into the playoffs and thrive, you've got to be a quality defensive unit.
Detroit with the ball, following the miss by John Wall. Galloway, the pass to Wood, over Bertans. Wood with the bucket. Wood's got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Bertans, and finished off by Bertans.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Galloway kicks to Maker. Bertans grabs the board.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
The Wizards have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And not the same rhythm or approach that he had in the first quarter when he was taking it straight to the teeth of the D and really creating contact. Like to see him get back to that here in this quarter.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Pistons. So he gets them both. So it's the Pistons now. They trail by 1. There's Galloway. He's got 9. Pass to Kennard. to the middle. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Here's Bertanis. That shot off the mark. And Detroit the other way now. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That's the first of 6 played on the road.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for John Wall. 5th in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
And he makes both free throws. There's a minute 34 left here in the second. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with him. John Wall just a blur with that first step. Beep, beep.
Galloway taking his time here. Here's Maker. Rebound, Washington. There's a minute left in the first half of basketball. And that one's good. Hachimura.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
There's Galloway, covered by Wall. Here's Kennard. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Kennard's got 10. And so it's Bonga who brings up the ball for the Wizards. He dishes it to Mahinmi. Pass to Wall. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You have to love that mentality. John Wall took it in and made sure he drew the contact.
For Washington, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the stripe. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
Detroit making a switch here. Rose is checked in, and the Wizards making a change here as well. Napier's checked in. And the second free throw, good. The Pistons trail it. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's Rose. Napier covering. Washington's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And it's good, 2 points. Wall's got 9 points now in the quarter.
I think that pull-up jumper is a shot the defense will concede to John Wall. They think you can't take away everything.
Now here's Rose for the 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. John Wall getting it done for the Washington Wizards. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. Tight game tonight, Dwayne. How do you break this thing open in the second half?
Well, number one is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Case, thanks for your time. Back to you.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He ended up with 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
You can see where the priorities are. Rebounding, and then more rebounding. They made a concerted effort to get the glass clean.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Ernie, they're taking way too many threes. The offense has no rhythm. They need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more transition, more of the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that three. It's not going.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. So the Wizards 5 right now. Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. Wagner out there with Bryant. And it's Hachimura in at the small forward position. And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Well, last season we got a glimpse of what a Bradley Beal team looks like as he led the way for the Wizards after Wall went down.
And really, Beal took it upon himself to kind of keep this team moving forward. And it was his best season to date. Career highs in scoring, and also was creating more for his teammates in Wall's absence.
And the shot goes down. Wagner's got 5 points so far.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now Rose. To the paint. It's stolen by Bryant. Here's Beal. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Hachimura's got the lead up to 10 now for Washington.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. It's still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Now here's Wall, following the miss by Griffin. Beal can't get it to go. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Snell, that's good.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
Back to Wall. The pass to Wagner. Here's Hachimura. 6 points for him. And Henson sends it back. Here's Galloway, and he jams it with authority.
Well, how about Galloway showing his hang time on that one?
And here's Wall. And Henson sends it back. One-on-one here. Here's Snell, and he dunks it down.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
We call that one the do-it-yourself kit.
Wizards leading by 7. Beal with it. He's got 24. Griffin with the steal. There's Galloway, covered by Wall. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I like that this guy tries to play within himself, but I like the aggressiveness there by Galloway. Mix it up, change your pace, make the defense work.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
He's knocked down 3/4 of his foul shots this season, so he's right around 75%.
And the Wizards making a change here. Smith has checked in. Galloway hits both of them.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Smith the pass to Bryant. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Ball's knocked loose, so it's Detroit now. Detroit with the ball. They've got an 8-0 run. Here's Rose. It's blocked. Now here is Smith. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Dishes it to Bryant. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, as soon as you recognize the size mismatch, attack.
Passes it to Galloway. Back to Rose. Pass to Griffin. Outside Rose. 5 to shoot. 3-pointers. Snell. But they recover it. Griffin. And it's sent back by Bryant. Hachimura the pass to Smith. Right side Griffin. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
An unreal performance by Griffin. Locked in. They just have not come up with a scheme to contain him.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
He's hit his free throws at a pretty good clip this year, 77%.
Wood, he's checked in for Tony Snell. Griffin no good on the free throw. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond. And boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
Now Smith, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Hachimura, defended by Griffin. Here's Hachimura. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Griffin. And finished off by Griffin.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regrouped. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
So it's the Wizards now, following the bucket by the Pistons. Pass to Beal. 3-pointer. Rebound, Detroit. Henson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Rose dishes to Galloway. A miss that time would have put him up. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Beal can't get it to go.
I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. The pass to Hachimura. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Rose.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
And he makes the first. And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect, Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college, hit over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Doomboy is checked in for John Henson, and it's Kennard in for Langston Galloway. Now here's Rose. He's got 8. Pass to Kennard. Doomboy with it, covered by Smith. Griffin looking around. And here's Rose outside. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. That's tipped. Here's Rose. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Napier passes to Hachimura. Kennard kicks to Doomboy. The shot misses. Nice D from Bryant. Washington trailing. To the wing right side. Napier. The Wizards with another miss. Pistons have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. That shot by Griffin, no good.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Thon Maker's checked in for Detroit. Bruce Brown comes in for Blake Griffin. And a change for the Wizards. Bonga's checked in. And the Pistons with possession. They're on an 18-4 run. Passes to Maker. And Rose wide open. He shoots. Connects from 3-point range. Rose has got the lead up to 4 now for the Pistons. Wizards shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And here is Berton. He has 6. Here's Kennard. No good from outside.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Here's Bonga. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Napier with it. Picked up by Brown. Shot clock at 5. Bryant, that's for 2. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Bryant's got 8 points. And for the Pistons, they're shooting for the game at 42%. Rose with the ball. He's got 13. Pass to Kennard. And now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Washington Wizards. On Saturday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Monday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
And for that game against the Trailblazers, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
And the first one at the line is good. Mahimi's checked in for Washington. No good on the second free throw.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. And a good time here to go over our 2K leaderboard and see which point guards have had the hottest hand at the free throw line over the last 10 games. Fourth, Derrick Rose.
They are as reliable at the free throw line as you're going to find in this league, and that's something we've come to expect from the point guard position.
You know, but even so, don't take for granted what this group has done at the free throw line. They deserve a ton of credit for the work they've put in to achieve that level of consistency and excellence.
Here's Smith. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Well, when you're in transition, the pass should lead the break, and that's exactly what was done in easy two.
Rose passes to Kennard. Back to Rose. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Rose has got 11 in the second half.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Here's Smith. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Oh, my goodness. You're going to take everybody by surprise putting the ball on the deck. Jan Mahimi taking what the defense gives him.
1:53 left in the third quarter. Rose kicks to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. Maker. The shot off that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. To the wing on the left. Here's Bunga. And the shot is long.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Mo Wagner's checked in for Washington. Wall comes in for Ish Smith. From deep, Rose. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's his second make from distance this half after hitting none before that.
Now here's Wall. D right on him. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
That just comes off so aggressively. Wall so hard to guard.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You take a look at the Pistons. They're 8th in the conference and really looking to improve on the back end of the season. And, of course, the Wizards, down 5 spots from them.
And checking out Detroit, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
The pass to Wagner. Now, here's Napier. He's covered by Rose. Napier dishes the Wall. Just 5 to shoot. Puts one up from 19. Here's Bunga. Some solid defense from Brown. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. In the corner, Kennard with it. Back to Rose. Rebound, Washington. Wagner's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
It could go. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. What a performance for Derrick Rose. He has been the story for the Detroit Pistons. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Back to the action after this word. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. John Henson out there with Wood, and it's Rose in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Bertans. And Henson sends it back, and he gets it back. Another shot, and Wall. Here we go now. And Henson pulls it down. Pistons leading by 6. Here's Wood. Kicks it to Snell. Henson in the post, working on Bertans.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Napier feeling it out a bit. Pass to Wagner. Back to Napier. Shoots from the elbow. Rebound by the Pistons. Henson's got 8 rebounds in this game.
And Derrick Rose over 80% from the free throw line over his career. He makes you pay for those fouls.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Rose.
Boy, what a roller coaster career it has been for Derrick Rose. One-time league MVP, now just trying to fit in with the rest of his guys. This is not an easy transition.
Langston Galloway's checked in for the Pistons. Beal's checked in for the Wizards. Both shots good from the stripe. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And that's only his first miscue of the night. He's been unbelievably steady so far.
Detroit leading by 8. Rose passes to Wood. Good on the shot.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Wall after the basket by Detroit. Goes up on the wing. That one doesn't go. And it's Detroit the other way. Here's Snell. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam.
Wow. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Knocks it loose. Outside, Beal. Back to Wall to end the cold streak. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. And that's now 24 points for John Wall.
It always helps when John Wall is knocking home that triple. The dribble drive ability has always been there. Now, look out, the balance in his game.
Now, here's Rose. Here's Henson. And John Henson with the slam.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Inside. That one's good, and the Piston lead is got down to 9 in the bucket from Napier.
Well, a lot of Wall's passes end up on the highlight reel. He just makes it so easy for his guys to catch and finish.
Rose against Wall. Three-pointer, and another 3 for Detroit.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do. Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Pistons leading by 10. Rose surveying the D. Wood can't hit. And the foul on John Henson. That's his third foul of the game. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Wood. Hachimura, he's checked in for Washington. Wizards trail by 10. And Wall kicks to Beal. High arcing shot kept alive. Wagner. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, easy call.
First free throw is good. Bryant is checked in for Davis Bertans. He hits both from the stripe. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for Detroit. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Outside Griffin. Back to Galloway. Pass to Henson. Clock at 6. Snell from outside. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got his 16th rebound on the night. Stolen by Henson. Wall against Rose. Detroit, no good that time either. Wizards trail by 8. No one near Wall as he lets it go. And that one is off. For Detroit, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Here's Rose. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Pistons lead by 10.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Here's Wall. And again, Washington, no good. Pistons have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
First one falls for him. And so Snell nails both of them. And the Wizards with possession. A 12-point game. It's Wall with the drive. Griffin with some nice D.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Henson, it's good on the putback. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
Here's Bryant. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
A tenacious forward with high energy. It's clear that Griffin is still capable of throwing down a double-double.
Griffin hits them both. Now here's Beal. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game, and they need to avoid that.
Now here's Wall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Oh, this guy's so explosive, and John Wall knows how to draw contact when he gets to the rack.
Or some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live, because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Griffin hits them both. Wizards trail by 17. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
You know, couldn't agree more with this timeout. Far too many turnovers to get any kind of offensive rhythm. You're just trying to mix things up here.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just holding them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that. Coming off a bunch of losses in a row, they turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. Wizards trail by 17. Here's Wall on the money from 12 feet away. Wall's got 8 points here in this quarter.
This is John Wall's comfort zone right here. Excellent rate of success from the mid-range.
Rose against Wall. Now here's Griffin, guarded closely. Nice D from Bryant.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Clearly a foul.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
And he makes the first. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Wall, no luck. Detroit leading by 16. Galloway, the pass to Henson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Bradley Beal picks one up. The first one falls. Henson hits them both. Wizards trail by 18. Outside, Wall. He kicks it to Beal. Here's Bryant, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break. And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Now here's Griffin. Back to Rose. Pass to Snell. Just 5 on the clock. 13 feet away. Rebounded by the Wizards. Wagner's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. The first free throw is good. That one is no good. Pistons leading by 15. Rose kicks to Henson. Here's Griffin. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Wizards. Beal can't get it to go.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3 ball, why do you keep firing from there?
That shot by Griffin, no good.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Here's Rose after the made shot from Bradley Beal. Out to the wing. Outside Griffin. Now the pass to Snell. Fires the 3. Bryant with the rebound.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
Now Rose. Pass to Griffin. Over Wall. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Wizards trail by 11. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. To the inside. It's picked off. In transition, here come the Wizards. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And it's all about getting to the right spot, and Hachimura did just that in transition.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Dwayne Casey went over with his team. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
And here is Beal. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. The first free throw is good.
You know, the amazing thing to me is as much as Bradley Beal has turned into a complete player for a guy who entered as simply a jump shooter, I think there's even another level he can get to.
Now here's Rose. Passes it to Griffin. Over Wagner. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk. That's a big-time delivery from Bradley Beal.
Pass to Henson. Back to Rose. And there's a minute 45 left in the 4th quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Henson. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bryant. And it's Beal in the corner. And it's off from 3-point range. Pistons leading by 5. Here's Rose. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Rose has got 22.
Yeah, he's still showing flashes of that incredible athleticism. Rose is a force attacking the lane.
And it's Washington's ball. They're on a 16-7 run. The drive by Beal. The shot that time not on target. The Pistons go the other way with it. They led by as many as 18 points. And that one's good. Griffin.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Here's Wall following the basket by Blake Griffin. Here's Hachimura. Sinks that one from the post.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Now here's Griffin. Outside Rose. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Just 5 to shoot. Griffin's shot is off.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Wall fires. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Here's Rose. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Well, you love the attitude of Derrick Rose. You want to play great defense? No problem. I can still finish.
There's the pass to Hachimura. There's Beal with the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Beal's got 35 in the game.
With the pressure on, Bradley Beal at his absolute best.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Off the inbound. No good that time.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
And so the Pistons take the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, congrats on the win tonight. What do you think was the ultimate factor?
Just playing defense. Our defense turned into offense, and it worked out for us tonight. We definitely don't want to be in that situation, but we just fall away back into the game.
Yeah, you hung in there and you were able to come back and overcome the deficit. Thanks, Derek. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.